Welcome into Fantasy AI. Moving on. All right, today we want to look at the sophomore slump. Does it exist? Did you go down a little bit in your second year and your sophomore year and then go back up at the end, right? In your third year, a little bump back up in your third year. Does that really exist? Let's take a look. All right, climb aboard the Fantasy AI Wayback Machine going back to 2020. The wide receivers drafted that year, top ones. Jerry Jeudy was the number one pick. CD come in second. How about Rager third? Justin Jefferson they took a chance on with the fourth wide receiver taken, but here's where their average last year. So you can see we got some good ones in that 2020 draft class there. Here's their average their first year, though. Here's what we're after. The difference between the first year and the second year average. Did you catch that for all of them? All right, and here's the difference to the third year from the second. So we want to look those over. What is the difference? Sophomore slump, did they have one? All right, well, Justin Jefferson, you can see, didn't. He actually went up. All right, 1.5 points average. All right, 1.5. How about T. Higgins? He went up 2.4. So he did better his sophomore year. C.D. Lamb just a little bit better, 0.15. And Michael Pittman did better. So, and Van Jefferson come from nowhere and did a little better. You know, there, so you see his too. So, add them all up. You see, you add them all up. Here's Jerry Jeudy up here. He's almost having one like you'd think, where he comes down. You see how he comes down and then goes back up his third year. That's what we'd assume coming in, right? That he was prototypical. But hey, you add them all up, it comes up to 0.4 up. So they all went up, and if you add them all up and average them out, they went up. Their sophomore. How about their next year, right? Third year bump or slump. Hey, third year they all went up 0.25. Actually, they went up better in their sophomore year this year in the 2020 class. So the third year did go up a little bit, but not as much as the sophomore. So you look at CD or Justin Jefferson. Well, yeah, you can see he actually went up every year. Right? And even CD, I think, did too. His going up every year. So, hey, if you add them all up, you get a little bump the sophomore year and a little bump this third year. But that's, of course, for this grouping that was 2020. Let's take a look at the next year. All right, the 2021 class is highlighted by Jamar Chase here, of course. Devontae Smith, here's Jalen Waddle. But here's that class. Let's see how they did their first years. Well, this is last year. You can see Jamar Chase just out of this world. And Nico Collins down here on the end. So here's they are. First year, though. You can see Jamar Chase got off to a great start. The rest of them, not so much. So we had one first year, and we had really two. But in 2021, Jamar Chase, here's their year two. And look at that, Jamar Chase kept it going those first 2 years. All right, look at those first 2 years. We're going to have a drop-off from him in 2023, though, here it looks like. And so bring out the third year and moving just a little bit. But we find here again, the sophomore slump is non-existent. All right, well, led by Jamar Chase here, didn't do anything. He kept it pretty well the same. But Waddle certainly increased in his sophomore year. Devontae Smith did too. All right. Well, Bateman, yes, he did as well. A lot of them all did better in their second year than this year. So far, the sophomore slump's not holding up so much. Here's the third year for the 2021 class. Well, third year, they're down. You can see most of them are up off the screen. They just come down just a little bit. And I told you that that'd be led by Jamar Chase. You can see he's down a little bit. But in that third year. So he helped swing them all down. So they will put that into the one. Let's bring out the next year. All right, then. Let's bring out the 2022 class here. All right. So Drake London was the lead here. Garrett Wilson was the second one. Chris Olave. J-Mo. You can see they got some good ones here. Hey, this Thornton making some noise with Kansas City right now, maybe. Is way down there. So John Mechie. I never got to use that icon. He not used a lot. Right. So here's their average a game last year. Well, you got some good ones. Here's some 10-pointers. Drake London, J-Mo, Garrett Wilson. Chris Olave was falling off. Here's their first year, though. All right, Chris Olave was the best in town. Oh, Christian Watson averaged just a little bit more per game. Right, so Garrett Wilson here, too. And here's their second year. Chris Olave was still king, right? Look at those first 2 years. Ooh, got a third-year problem coming up with him. But anyway, first 2 years here for them. And here's the third year. Still got some good. These first three hanging in there. Not so good later in depth in there. But there's the third. And here's the sophomore slump, right? You can see they're down for the group. 0.67. So this one is playing out that they did sophomore slump, the 2022 class. Jamison Williams here. He actually went up, but very little because there wasn't much to build on. But you can see all the other ones off the screen didn't do so good. So, hey, we lost them. And the third-year bump, hey, they recovered. They came back a little bit, and that's more traditional, like we thought, that you get a little bump in your third year. So Drake London, he didn't really change much the whole time, but Garrett Wilson, he did do the traditional down a little bit his sophomore year and did come up. Not a lot, but we'll add this year into the total, the last year. But see where they were, their average per game last year. Still got some ones to just compare some of the classes. But all right, let's add them up. All right, let's take it back to 2023 then. Bring out the wide receivers. We had JSN first. Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Mingo, Jaden Reed here, Rashee Rice, Marvin Mims, Tank Dell. He started out good, didn't he? Hyatt here struggling. Tillman, Josh Downs. So here they are. There's their average per game, right? We see that Addison's pretty good, but he's outdone by Rashee Rice's average per game. And JSN here has a pretty good one too. So that's their average of the game. This is just these have been in the league 2 years, these guys. Here's their first year average. So you see Tank Dell took out, right? Did great that first year. Of course, unfortunately got hurt. But Jaden Reed here with a high first year average. And here's their second year. So we can measure that too. Did it look like we went up or down? Well, they didn't have a third year. But here's their sophomore slump, right? So we see here that they gave, they did pretty good here. I fixed the spelling. You see, I've added the O. My wife can get me on that one. And I changed it to points per game, too, because that's really what it is, not a percentage. So here they are. You see JSN here, right? He went up. You see, he went up in his first year. And then Quentin Johnston, of course, went up. So we can see here that, most of them are going up in their sophomore. So there was no sophomore slump last year, right? Everybody seemingly went up. And then you add them all together, you get that. They all together went up 0.8. So, let's add that to the total. All right, so here are the results then. We see that it's a myth. Sophomore slump actually goes up 0.31 per game in your sophomore year as your average. On all of them, on the top 12 for each year, if we average them all together. Of course, 2022, you can pick 1 year. But if you average them all together, you get to where it's actually go up 0.3 points per game in their sophomore year. And then in their third year, they go up another 0.2. So it's a natural progression. I mean, obviously everybody would love the Jefferson progression here. But, it implies that it does kind of go up each year if we average them all together, right? So our finding, it doesn't go like the sophomore are down and then back up like we kind of thought. So, that means it's open season on these sophomores from the 2023. Let's take a quick look at some of those and see who we might take. All right, this season, keep an eye out for my Waiver Wire Tuesday show, right? Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll be doing waiver wires each Tuesday. All right, if they ain't moving, let's rank them. Let's look at these 2024 coming into their sophomore year. Brian Thomas Jr. I got him number 1. Finished 4th last year, 11.5. That's Jefferson's type rookie year, isn't it? Right? They got him ranked 6th. Finished fourth last year. Hey, he'd be my top one out of this class. Running it back. I mean, hey, yes, Travis Hunter is there. Brought in, but hey, Brian Thomas Jr. And can they get it changed around here? Trevor Lawrence, can he get a little fire there? Of course, they got a new coach here, Liam Cohen. So hopefully he can work some wonders there. They got a tough schedule, 32nd. But hey, Malik Neighbors over here, who you'd think could have been the pick here, finished 8th last year with that 11-point average, 1,200 yards. But he got a tough schedule too, right? Now, hey, we're pretty excited by his quarterbacks, right? Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson for the time being. Maybe he'll end up some deep routes. So, hey, if he's back, it sounds like he's healthy, right? It says, hey, Neighbors indicated to the Giants that he was just playing it safe, that he's ready for the start of the season. I feel good. I know it's been a little ride, but now I feel good. So it sounds like he's ready to go. So, hey, he got him number 2 here. All right, now next 3 and 4, I got Ladd McConkey. Kind of a surprise there last year. Finished 11th in wide receivers there. He did pretty good. 1,149, 7 touchdowns for them. All right, well, he's game in town, right? Well, they brought back Keenan Allen to pair with him. Hey, that's all good. You got Justin Herbert. You got the 17th or 22nd schedule there. But hey, they got to throw it to somebody. Got a running game maybe under control here. So Ladd McConkey, he'll look to do pretty good here. How about Worthy? I got him 4th. Hey, great opportunity here with Kansas City with all the ones missing. So, start of the season anyway, he's the game in town. Of course, do the defenses know that too? Are they going to double up on him? Who knows? Rice, of course, is out. Hollywood, you never know what we're going to get. Rookie, this Jalen Royals. But Patrick Mahomes, hey, can he improve on it? Anyway, I got Worthy here. He finished 33rd last year. He got off to a slower start, I guess. Well, came on there in the playoffs too in those last weeks. So they look more from him in his sophomore year, right? How about Marvin Harrison Jr. and Rome Odunze? I'd have them up next. Marvin Harrison Jr., hey, he was the big first pick, right? But hoping to get more of him, 2025 or finish 25th, 885 yards. So, hey, you got him ranked 19th now, finished 25th. So they're consensus rankings thinking they're going up. I got them there right after Worthy. How about Roman Dunze? You look for him to rebound a little bit more. He finished 47th. He was a rookie. But, hey, he could come on. I mean, that little 5-point average, that isn't very good. So he's under new coaching there, too. Ben Johnson, we all know about it. So can he help turn that around? Is DJ Moore still the number 1? They got an easy schedule and got Caleb Williams and new coaching. Hey, looks good for Rome Dunze. I put him there. How about Pierce Shaw and Keenan Coleman up next? Ricky Pierce Shaw, hey, opportunity knocks for him, right? Finished 82nd last year, been hurt all 3. I mean, he'd be up even higher. If he showed up during training camp, was all good, but he was hurt for most of it. Come on here a little bit at the end. He got the 6th easiest schedule, though. Brock Purdy's pretty solid there with a 4th, so he'll be going to him. Hey, you just don't know. I like him, but, a lot of competition. You got George Kittle, who always wants some ball. How about Christian McCaffrey? He's going to want the ball a little bit, but we'll see. Hey, he can come on. Got him right there. How about I got him ahead of Keenan Coleman? Right, Keenan Coleman finished 63rd last year. Bunch of the group there in Buffalo, right? You got Shakir, Keenan Coleman, Josh Palmer here. They paid some money. I mean, hey, he's there. They paid him some money here. 3-year, $36 million. So he's part of the group. Hey, they brought in this Elijah Moore guy. So a lot of group there in Buffalo. So Keenan Coleman, hopefully he comes on a little bit. How about this Leggett? And this Coker, too. Like big news there, right? Adam Thielen's gone. And now it's going to be, didn't update that. How about Leggett? He's going to be the guy there possibly moving up. Or how about this Coker, right? DM said that Dan Morgan said Coker is going to step right into the slot role this season. So he's already got a job. All right? Made a little noise in preseason there. And availability, hey, he's moving right in. So nobody knows about him probably. And Leggett, you think maybe he benefits from him moving on, but a couple more down here, just Roman Wilson. How about this Thrash? He looks like he's been lining up, while this Tillman's been hurt a little bit. So got him here, saw him lining up a lot. Now this Mitchell, they seem to be pushing him a lot too. But anyway, that's some of the ones coming back. So we're not going to be scared to take a sophomore, are we? All right? And the top ones here, Brian Thomas and Neighbors. Of course, Ladd McConkey, too, and Worthy. Hey, they got good spots, too. Harrison, Roma Dunze. All right. But that's a look at this. Let's take a look at this.